This video will explain how the letter grades are assigned in this course. So the way letter grades are assigned in the course is for each different class component, depending on how many of them you master, that will be sufficient for a grade of, so if you master 16 out of the 20 concept checks, that's sufficient for a grade of A. 14 out of 20 is sufficient for a grade of B. 20 out of 20 is sufficient for a grade of C. 10 out of 20 is sufficient for a grade of D. Now, in order to get an A in the course, you have to fulfill all the requirements for an A. If you fall short on any one of these, you will get the next lowest grade. There are ways to get plus and minus grades. I'll talk about that in a moment. But for now, just if you had 16 out of 20 concept checks mastered, but only 40 out of 48 level 1 guided practice exercises mastered, you would get a C, even though you had A level on some things. So there's no sort of averaging. It's an all or nothing thing. Either you meet this threshold or you don't. Okay? So, for guided practice exercises, so there's level 1 and there's level 2, and you have to achieve a certain number of them. So, 44 out of 48 level 1 and 7 out of 10 level 2s in order to get an A. In addition, some of these level 1 or level 2 guided practice exercises are designated as core guided practice exercises. And so these things that are designated core guided practice or learning module or timed assessments, these are all the things that I consider essential that someone coming out of this course should know. So if you want to get any grade C or higher, you need to have mastered all the core exercise, all the core submodules, basically. That's what it is. It's these submodules are the core material. So if you want to pass this course, you need to have mastered the core learning objectives. That makes sense, right? Whereas you see that the D level doesn't involve that. The differences between, A and B and C, a lot of it has to do with how much level 2 knowledge you've mastered. That's one of the main differences. So if you are functioning at the A level, you've mastered not only all of the basic information, but you've mastered a lot of the higher level stuff as well. And so forth. So I said class attendance factors in. So to get an A, you must have no more than 2 unexcused absences. B, no more than 3. C, no more than 4. And D, no more than 5. And as I said, you can use tokens to forgive an unexcused absence. And notice that I'm not just talking about absences. So if you have to miss class and it's for a good reason and you let me know in advance, it won't count against you. What counts against you is when you don't have a good reason to miss class, but you miss class anyway, or you miss class and maybe it's for a good reason or maybe it's not, but you don't inform me as to why you're missing class. So things that will count as excused absences. Excused absences are if you have to be away for some kind of sports, school sports activity. If you're in the if you're in the debate club, things like that. Illness, religious holidays that aren't covered by the school calendar, family emergencies, personal crises, all of that stuff. You just need to let me know, basically. I'm not difficult about this, but you do need to be communicative, and you do need to be coming to class as often as you can, because it's really important. That's where we're going to do a lot of the work. I mean, you can do the guided practice on your own, sure, but it's going to go a lot better and a lot smoother if you can work on it together with your peers and with me there to help you if you run into problems. So coming to class should have value for you. But in case it doesn't, it's built into the grading structure. Okay, so a grade of F is given if any one of the requirements for a D is not met. So if you don't, achieve the threshold for a D, then you get an F. Now, you can earn plus and minus grades. So in order to earn a plus grade for a letter, you master the number of guided practice exercises and learning modules for the next level up. So for example, to earn a C plus, you fulfill all the requirements for a C, and then you master 42 out of 47, sorry, that should say 48, level 1, and 5 out of 10 level 2 guided practice exercises. And then you also need to, I think it's 45 out of 53 level 1 learning modules and 6 out of 11 level 2 learning modules. Then if you wanted to get a, so if you fulfilled everything for a C, but you want to get a B minus, then you need to fulfill at the B level all of the guided practice and all of the learning modules, and then all of the timed assessments at the B level. So the difference between a C and a B minus would be how many natural argument projects you've done and maybe your class attendance.